All right, it's 9 o'clock, so we're gonna start. Um, I hope you're doing well on this Wednesday morning. It's very sunny today. Um, Today we're going to paint lilacs with Q-tips or cotton swabs. Um, but first, I'd like to talk about the benefits of painting. So it improves concentration, and concentrating on the subject you're painting or concentrating on improving the details in what you've already painted builds essential skills in focus. Also, it's a good way to relax. Painting can be therapeutic because it allows the mind to focus on the images at hand and on nothing else. The focus towards one central topic relieves stress on the mind and in turn relaxes the body. This relaxation minimizes muscle soreness, joint pain, headaches, and like other strains you have. Also, it improves the nonverbal communication skills. Painting inspires you to communicate your deepest thoughts and feelings, even those that you may not be able to express verbally through your art. And finally, it sharpens your fine motor skills. From broad backgrounds to fine details, practicing painting improves hand-eye coordination and boosts motor skills. This is helpful in improving fine activities such as typing and handwriting, but painting can also improve coordination in broader activities such as participating in sports. So those are just some of the benefits from painting, but there's actually lots of benefits. So this is what we're going to be doing. It's pretty simple. So basically, what we're going to do is like the grass is made. We're just going to use our paintbrushes and we're going to paint it. And then the lilacs are made with the Q-tips. So we're just going to dip our Q-tip into the paint and then we'll just like put it on. So you can use paper, like canvas, like whatever you want to paint on. And then you'll need paint, paintbrushes, and obviously Q-tips. And if you don't have paintbrushes, that's okay too, because you can do the grass with your Q-tip. It'll work fine. Okay, so the first step, I use like this, and I put all my paints in it. I just find that it's easier if I already have my paints out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my green. And if you only have like one shade of green, for example, you can add white to make it a lighter shade of green, and you can add a really small drop of black if you want it to be darker. And that goes for like every color you have. Yeah, it's all material that you generally already have. So I can put this down so you can see what I do. I don't know if you can see, like, okay. So I took like somewhat of a small brush, and this is what I'm gonna use to do the grass. I'm gonna start by doing like a lighter shade of green, and then I might add a bit darker. Oh, and also you can have it like which side you want, like if you want it like this or like this, it's up to you. Just that if it's like this, you won't have as much space to do the lilacs. Like this one, I had lots of space and I could do a lot, which is nice, but it's up to you. Okay, I hope you can see. I know it's white on white, so it makes it hard. The way that I do the grass, I really just kind of do like lines towards the upwards, and I just kind of do whatever. But if you have a different way, that's good too. So I just created a darker shade of green, and I'm just gonna go on top. And I often just put my brush into water after. That way it doesn't dry up. So this is what my grass looks like. And then now we're gonna do the lilacs. So what I like to do first is I go one at a time. So I draw, so I would start like, let's say here, and then I would just do one, and then when it's done, I do the next one. I just find it's easier because if you draw like all of them at once, then you might see that it's too crowded or you might not like it. So by going one at a time, then you can see as you go if you like it. Okay. And the height, you can pick how high you want it. This is a bit thick, so maybe like use a thin brush if you have one. And then for the lilac itself, you can pick any color you want. I'm gonna start with pink. And then you're just gonna take your Q-tip and dip it into the paint. You might notice that you'll have to dip it multiple times because it kind of absorbs the paint. And then what you want to do, it's kind of just dab it on. The way I like to do it, so I do the whole lilac with like going back into my paint multiple times, and then I go through it again, but this time I don't really put my Q-tip back into the paint. I kind of just like dab where the paint is still wet, and it kind of makes like a different effect. So it kind of looks like this when you go on it again, but without dipping your Q-tip in paint. And if you like just do it once by going into the paint multiple times, it looks like this. I like this better because it just looks fuller, but if you like it like this, then don't go back on top of it. And you can pick like how like wide you want your lilac. What's fun about this, like you can be so creative. There's not really, it's just you're doing lilac, so you can even if you want like put more than one shade, like you can put different shades, for example of pink in one lilac. It's really up to you what you feel like doing. So the most common shade of lilac blossoms are light purple or a vibrant lavender color. Those are the ones, like, I think that's the only colors I've ever seen of lilacs. However, other colors of lilac flowers can be white, yellow, burgundy, or different shades of blue. even pink. And I didn't know, but I learned that each lilac color has a different meaning. So, for example, white lilacs represent purity and innocence, while purple lilacs symbolize spirituality. Um, if the blossom edge more on the blue side, then it symbolizes happiness and tranquility. And the magenta lilacs symbolize love and passion. So that's kind of cool that they have different meanings. Um, so next I'll use blue. And this time I'll make it a bit shorter. So this is what mine looks after two of them. So this one I kind of like tilted. And lilacs also uh, have one of the shortest bloom times and only flower for 3 weeks at the beginning of spring. So next color, I'll do purple. And if you weren't to have Q-tips, you could also do it with your fingertip. It'd be harder, take more time, but it'd be doable. The only thing, the dots would probably be a bit larger, but it's a possibility if ever you wouldn't have Q-tips. For me, the only lilacs I really see around is like when I'm driving on a road and then there's some on the side of the road, but I don't really see them like in my neighborhood. Yeah, for the little ones, it's really good, like the fingertips. Um, and yeah, it does nice uh, keepsakes for the grandparents. I find like anything that's made kind of with handprints, it's always more special. Another interesting fact about lilacs, it was a study in 2004, but it said that the inability to identify common scents, including lilacs, lemon, strawberry, and leather, it can predict whether patients with minimal to mild cognitive impairment will go on to develop Alzheimer's disease. Um, that was a study in 2004 that basically said that you could predict if you'll have Alzheimer's is if you can smell the lilac, which is kind of interesting. So the next color I'll do is orange. Um, these are a bit like wider than the first painting I did. As you can see, like it's different. So you can try different different sizes. And actually, one of the largest collections of lilacs is in Ontario. The Royal Botanical Gardens in Burlington, Ontario, so near Hamilton, Toronto, sort of, has one of the world's largest collections of lilacs, featuring more than 745 plants. So that's quite impressive. And if that's something that interests you, well, I don't even know if it's open with COVID, but uh, for the best viewing and the smelling of the lilacs, it's during the annual Lilac Festival, which normally takes place at the end of May. Also, if you want to, you can also um, take like a few Q-tips all together. So let's say you have three. You can dip the three of them into the paint and go all at the same time. It will look different than if you just have one. Yeah, like if you were to make them, I guess, bigger, it'd be a good way to do it, like with uh more than one. But I find since these are quite small, it's just better with one because like if there's so many, I just find that they're really big. But you can try it and see if you like it. Mm. I like this type of art because it's so colorful, but it's simple. So for my last one, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna do one more, and I think I'm going to do it pink. Also, what's fun with this is I I won't hang mine because I'm not that good. But if like painting is something you really enjoy and you like to hang your artwork, well, this is good because you could even like pick colors for them to sort of match like your wall or like where you were to hang it. Um, and two, what's fun with this is because it's kind of just um, it's a bit just like freestyle. You're kind of just dabbing your Q-tip and just doing lilacs. So it doesn't like you can't really be like it can't be perfect. It's really just whatever you're doing. So you have to have a certain concentration, but like the focus doesn't have to be super there since you can't really mess up. So whatever you do, it's going to turn out nice. So that's what's fun about it. Because sometimes it's frustrating when you do something and then it doesn't turn out how you wanted it, or like you're missing something. And with paint, you can't really restart. Like you'd have to restart completely. So with this, it's fun because it can't be wrong. It's always nice. So this is what mine looks like. Um, so you can add, for example, a sun, like in one of the corners. You could add clouds. If you even wanted to, um, you could take like a blue paper, but you could also paint the whole thing blue first, so there's kind of like a sky effect, or you could do like a sunset and then draw the lilacs on top. So you can really get creative in your background and like adding details. You could even kind of maybe draw a bench and have lilacs in the background. This one is really just lilacs, but you can definitely uh, like add details or be creative. Yeah, exactly. You could add like insects, butterflies, like on the lilacs. And yeah, that's what's fun. Anyone can do this kind of painting because it's so simple and takes not really much material. So I'm gonna leave mine like this. I'm not gonna add anything. Um, I like it like this. But if you want to go and add details, go ahead. I hope you enjoyed this activity. I really liked it. Um, and today was my last live. I really enjoyed my experience with Connections Resource Center. It was really fun doing all the lives. I wish it could have been like in person or something, but it was good. And thank you for joining me. Have a nice day. It's very nice. Go outside, enjoy the sun. Thank you, Natalie and Renee. Okay, bye everyone. Thanks, you too. Enjoy.